Welcome to Spiritual Chords. If this is your first time, welcome. If this is your first time, one, I recommend that you go within. That you talk to yourself about what it is that you are expecting out of this reading here in Spiritual Court. It's 6:22 on the clock. Maybe that means something to you. Maybe that is a sign. Maybe something is in alignment by way of you being realigned on your assignments. Maybe you're on a whole nother timeline. Whatever the case, whatever the circumstance, I support you in the energy. What is spiritual court? Well, rumor has it the spiritual court is only for karmic court cases, Sometimes it is. Sometimes we, the divine collective, we come off like prosecutors or the defendants. Sometimes we're somewhere in between. Either way, we too are learning something, understanding by way of what it is that we see, by way of the downloads that come in to us as the divine collective. We are putting ourselves in position by way of intercessory, interceding on behalf of the chosen ones, those people that are choosing to walk in a higher frequency by way of what it is their destiny is calling them to do. Be that as it may, my best recommendation, take this reading as it resonates. Leave the rest for somebody else to process and or digest. Come on in, my beautiful divine collective. How is retrograde treating you? Can you find something to be happy about? That's what life's about, okay? So come on in. Let's see what's going on. I call upon the beautiful divine ascended masters by way of the ethers. I call upon the ascended, beautiful ancestors who've ascended to their highest good on a spiritual level. I'm calling upon the beautiful divine collective to collectively touch and agree with me as we channel this energy together. Yes, together we are what makes up the divine collective. You are answering the call to do something good for all of humanity, okay? Shout out to the people that are here just to love. It's not an easy spiritual contract by any means. It's not. Shout out to the people that are here to help people heal. It's not an easy contract, but it does get easier, doesn't it? Is it getting easier for you now that you come to some form of an understanding about your healing capabilities, your abilities to overflow with love, right? Let there be no misunderstanding by way of what you've signed up to do. Shout out to all the people that are adhering to their higher spiritual contracts. It's what you signed up for. And if you signed up for it, then that means that you have exactly what you need in order to get the job done. I heard it is finished. It is finished. It is done. What's next to come? What is next to come? Beautiful ancestors, Archangel Michael. I'm going to be pulling from these cards. I've had them for a while now. Gypsy cards, okay? So the number 45 is here. 4 plus 5 is 9, scorpionic energy, which represents death, transformation, introspection, inspection, understanding, outer standing, out of sight, out of mind type energy, possibly by way of illusions, meaning you're getting rid of versions of yourself that you just don't need. It's okay. It's okay to put those versions of yourself to rest. This is what I hear the universe is saying. This is what I feel like the universe is mirroring back to us. Okay, so old, outdated ways of thinking. Everybody that you meet is a form and or a variation of some form of a missing puzzle to your story, to what it is that you need, be it good, bad, and or indifferent. It is up to you to hold yourself accountable. The number 45, it says the order denotes honor and recognition of labor. Near 48, a sure sign of business and success. Woo! What are y'all manifesting? What are we manifesting? Okay, let's get to it. What are we manifesting here? Something really good, something's really successful, something needed to be revamped, something needed to be rewritten. This could be a spiritual plan for your life, a business plan for your life, something that you are manifesting. This is what I'm getting by way of this energy. The number 45, you had to go through some form of a death, okay? Meaning ending. Something something had to close out in order for you to open up a new door. The number 45, talk to us, universe, okay? So feeling like you weren't yourself. That's what this card says. It's in the reverse. You decided to get over some type of an illusion, possibly, that you have been holding for yourself for far too long, is what I just heard. You got over yourself, you faced yourself, and you decided, So you got goodbye in the reverse. There's parts of you, possibly, that did not die easy. Listen, needless to say less about whatever this old, outdated version of yourself is. Goodbye is in the reverse. So retrograde made you face some type of false reality or some type of false illusion that you were making too real, is what I just heard. It's in the reverse. Facing oneself, understanding that everybody that you've encountered up until this point has absolutely taught you something, be it good, bad, or indifferent, about yourself, possibly about something that you needed in order to move to the next level, is what I just heard. All right, so you had to get over yourself. You could have had a bit of a pity party for yourself, okay? This says blocked in the reverse and the police in the reverse. So I feel like that's spiritual police. Putting oneself in a self-imposed imprisonment. All of these cards are in the reverse. Let me just make sure. Sheesh. All those cards are coming up in the reverse. So listen, retrograde energy, having to revisit something, okay? This could have been a dark night of the soul, blocked in the reverse, okay? So you needed to unblock yourself. You needed to take the call. Look at that phone. This was your higher self calling you to do something different, to make a different decision about something, to choose something different. Look, round and round, it says. Cycles, triggers, lessons. I can't make this up. Too late. So some of you could have felt like there was something that needed to be done by now. And maybe you felt like, by way of an illusion, that time was ticking. Maybe you felt like, oh, I got to hurry up and get this done type energy. Moving on, letting go, making yourself free, allowing yourself to be free. This is a self-imposed imprisonment, big dark night of the soul energy. Ain't nobody exempt from that. Look at you taking care of yourself, health, wellness, okay? So listen. Something needed to be changed. This could have been something in your diet. This could have been something by way of what you're watching. Something that you could have been doing too much of. Divine Collective, you face some type of demon, okay? And I feel like whatever this is, you realize that nobody was blocking you but you, and you took your responsibility out of the hands of somebody. I don't know who this person is. Could have been a memory, could have been something from the past. I'm going to just put these in order. And you said goodbye. This was a hard goodbye, is what I heard. It was a hard death. Oh, okay. It didn't have to be that hard, okay? So bear with me as I put these cards in order. All right, listen, I love y'all so much. Yeah, I feel like you had to answer the call from your higher self. It's not always easy, y'all. Going to that next level, when you realize ain't nobody standing there, that you are the devil that's holding you back, you like, damn. So you mean to tell me I put this dragon here at this level for myself? Yeah, okay. Yeah, you got people outside of you, of course, unfortunately, that are comparing themselves to you, but they don't have no power. So you called your power back. You made a decision. Round and round we go. Merry-go-round, retrograde energy, rejected in the reverse. These are versions and or variations of yourself, okay? So the people that irritate you the most are only showing you who you are. Yeah, listen. You had to go through some type of turmoil by way of betrayal. You thought about all the people that betrayed you, and you realized they were only variations of yourself that you never knew you needed in order to learn a lesson, in order to ascend beyond some type of level. Child, they were the devils that you signed up to meet in this life. They were part of your spiritual contract. Now that you see them that way, you're releasing some type of guilt, some type of backstabbing ass energy. Okay, yeah, listen, I can't make this up. Something about a fresh start, something about true colors, okay? Bear with me as I put this all in order. If you're just now coming into the chat, welcome to Spiritual Court. Come on in where we keep it real, we keep it a buck, we keep it a Billy, we keep it a Millie, we keep it a thou. Wow, listen, come on in, okay? Some of you are celibate, some of you are not selling a bit, some of you are not buying the bullshit. Listen, not from yourself or anybody else. Some things are up and some things are down. Some things are on and some things are off. Somebody in the reading is like, get to the reading already. Maybe you're learning patience. Maybe you're realizing that that sexually transmitted demon had nothing to do with you by way of your reality. So you release some type of a soul tie. Soul tie? Soul tie? soul that was trying to tie you and try you, okay? You felt like it was a trap. You were under pressure by way of some type of version of yourself that needed to die. The number 45 represents scorpionic energy, death. Come through, Holy Spirit. Come through, higher self. Hey there, my beautiful higher self who knows all the answers. Omnipresent energy. Somebody said you can't be omnipresent. I looked at them and I said, oh, that's interesting, by way of a reality that you've created for yourself. And I decided whether or not I wanted to accept that for myself. I heard somebody say that the other day. I said, oh, interesting. What lesson am I getting out of this? Why did I sign up for this conversation? I heard them say, nobody can be omnipresent. Nobody can see all things. And I thought, what type of God is this? What type of God am I encountering? And why did I sign up to have this experience? That's what I said to myself. I was like, okay. So I let them believe what they needed to believe in order to see what it is they needed to see. However, you have to be mindful not to allow things to be projected onto you, but redirecting the energy is absolutely going to decide how much you've learned up until this point. I'm only sharing with you what it is that I've learned. And so that is my gift to you today. I hope you can do something with it. Somebody's going to toss it away, meaning the story, by way of the lesson, and leave it for somebody else to take. That's okay. Let them. We support all energies. We know that the universe is supporting us. Okay, so telepathic communication. Some of you went into meditation. Some of you started having conversations with your higher self, your lower self, your childhood, your child self, your inner child, and you realize that all is well. I can't make this up. Listen. Okay, now that we got all these cards, as far as I know, going the right way. Thank you for your patience. It is a virtue. That is a gift, actually. Did I not just say round and round? And this card still came out. So retrograde said round and round, cycles, triggers, and lessons. Ooh, let's get into it. Beautiful higher self, co-creating with source of all things. Listen, I signed up to be here. I'm so glad. What is going on? We made it. Congratulations. You made it. You are healthy. I am healthy. You are well. I am well. All is well. Round and round. Yeah, you started to stand your ground against some type of variation of your shadow self. Something that you never knew you didn't need anymore. Maybe you needed to let it go and let it flow. Round and round. Retrograde. Cycles and triggers. Lessons. Round and round. Beautiful higher self, co-creating with source. Show me what it is I need to see. Lovers, this is about self-love. Every single lover that you've encountered, be it good, bad, and or indifferent, was absolutely some form of a variation of yourself. And so you have to face the reality of that. That helped you heal. Yeah, they betrayed you in a really good way. Weren't these really good lessons? Had you not been betrayed, you would not have learned to go within and love to the capacity that you needed to love. For those of you that have come here just to show love, listen, you don't know love unless you understand and understand the pain. And that's unfortunate, right? Especially when you come in bearing gifts of love and you want everybody to be happy, and then you realize, wait a minute, you got wounded in the process. Let me take some time out for myself and understand what my idea of love is. Because some people think that love is pain. Some people feel like if you're not hurting them based on their experiences, unfortunately, that's not love, right? And that could have something to do with their childhood and their shadows and what is molded and shaped their idea of love, right? And then you get into a relationship and your family dynamic and what you understand and what you refuse to understand up until said point shows out in your relationship. It shows up. Okay, well, we've ascended. Congratulations. Ten of Swords. Let's get into it. Betrayals. Listen. And then you decided to see things the way you needed to see them in order to move on. In order to understand real love, self-love, Three of Wands, moving on, you have to forgive people that never deserved it. But it was for the betterment of the entire experience. You are somebody that was sent to love. Everybody wants to be used by God until they really got to get used by God. So you have to show people love that was talking behind your back. You have to show people love that cheated on you. You showed them unconditional love until you damn near died. Congratulations, you died, right? You were brokenhearted. It hurt real bad. You didn't see that coming. You said, well, if I'm giving you love, how's it that you're giving me hate? only to realize that they were just a variation of some form of a lesson that was helping you to master love. This is hidden enemies, hidden emotions, people that you signed up to love that you never anticipated you would be living without, especially not considering them to be some form of a hater because of the level of love that you were giving them. Listen, this is about self-love. This is what this is about, Queen of Swords energy. So you realize you had to go cold. You had to go hot. You had to stand on spiritual business and make a rational, emotional, intelligent decision for your destiny. This is tough love energy with the Queen of Swords. 45 is the number of death, transformation, and resurrection. Hold on, y'all. Whew. Whenever I channel, I get real hot. Like I get ethereally. I'm picking up on a plethora, eclectically, divine collective energies that are running through me, and I get really, really hot. But I feel like it stems from passion, and I feel like it stems from the eternal fire, like eternal flame, fire always burning with love. Like, I can't explain it. Eternal. Why did I get that word? Ethereally understanding what love really is. A lot of people want to love, but so many people use love's name in vain. Love. Yeah, I just heard love. So many people use your name in vain. Love. Those who have pain sometimes usually go astray. Real love. So you invested in these people. You poured into their cup because you had enough love to sustain yourself and everybody around you. And so you poured into the people that you knew to pour into. Woo! Come on, Spirit. Round and round cycles, triggers, lessons, retrograde energy. 7 of Pentacles. So you could have gone through some form of a nostalgia flashback about how you love. 7 of Pentacles is about planting seeds with the hopes that it will grow, right? And be well for not just yourself, but everybody around you that you decided to give your love to. Love is a decision. You can decide to pour into somebody or not. And so you did, right? Wheel of Fortune energy. Only to see people betray you, but only for them to realize that they were really betraying themselves. You were just a mirroring image of what could possibly be by way of love. Whenever you come into somebody's life and you show them love, they are absolutely simultaneously teaching you something at the same time. This is the contract that you set up. This is what you divinely orchestrated and co-created with Source before you came into the physical body. This is a contract. You signed up for it. Once you accept that, the sooner we accept that, the easier it is to get through these spiritual contracts, the less offended you are by way of people who never understood by way of your level of love and what you conceived it to be. They could have never understood that. Not to the point that you encountered them, but maybe once you left, maybe things started to click. Maybe people started to understand and understand, you know, exactly who you were, who you are. They got the lesson round and round. And you too had a lesson to extract. Because in order to really give love, you got to have a strict boundary. You got to set a boundary. This is not wiping your feet on my back type of love. This does not mean that you can disrespect me and I'm just going to stand here and take it type energy. The Queen of Swords, you knew that people would provoke you to anger because you're walking in the name of love. Step in the name of love. Walk in the name of love. Listen, you got the Hermit. You have to go within, Virgo energy, purify yourself in order to make sure that your cup was full for self. Queen of Swords energy is tough love energy, okay? Clarify. The star energy, I can't make this up. You're a healer, the age of Aquarius. When I think about Aquarius energy, I think about somebody that comes bearing water. Water represents life, the water bearer. The wind represents the soul. Every time you take a breath, you know, you have to give thanks for the fact that your soul is going in and out of your physical body. That's what the wind represents, in my opinion, in my best explanation of what I understand about spirit. The wind, Oya energy, but the star is the water bearer. You come bringing water. You come bringing life. You want everybody to be happy. And you got people that didn't understand that. Clarify. Now the Ten of Swords I just heard is the Five of Cups. People are regretting that. And this is the lesson that they need in order to understand who they really are. Yeah, you came bearing gifts. So karma has to come in. Karma has to come in and make things balanced and fair in order for you, Divine Collective, to move forward and embark on this journey of love, showing love, healing, Reiki healers, psychics, mediums, whatever your purpose is in the spiritual community by way of great, human existence, your human experiences, humanitarian energy. You have to now ask that karma come in and make things fair in order for your path to be clear, because even in the betrayals, you had to understand love by way of pain. It hurt real good, right? And then you had to forgive because you realized it was only teaching you something. And then you became a master alchemist. You realized this was your job. This is your job. It's what you signed up for. You could have even questioned yourself. What did I sign up for again? Whew, child. What did I sign up for again? You became the alchemist. Look at the Eight of Pentacles, toil and labor. You had to go to work on self in order to become an ascended master, a master of healing, a master of love. And then you had to ask yourself, what is my idea of love? It's not this, right? But you saw through people's pain. Look at this, alchemy. The magician comes in to bring gifts, bring life, love. Not only did you alchemize the pain that was inflicted upon you unwarrantedly, you realize, oh, I signed up for this. And that put you in the Three of Wands. So you had to move forward. Not only that, you alchemized other people's pain. And that showed you just how much you could do by way of being a master healer. Clarify the moon. Hidden motives, secrets, frenemies, enemies, people coming in thinking that you couldn't see them, and you gave them love. You gave them water. You said, drink. This is what love looks like. Let me show you. It's peaceful. So the Ten of Swords is now in the Five of Cups. People that regret spilling all this milk. They're crying over spilled milk with the Five of Cups. Encountering a real lover, a real healer is very few and far in between. It is divine intervention. When somebody comes into your life and they don't want anything from you but just for your life to be better, meaning they don't have any ulterior motives. 644 on the clock, let that be a sign. And they're just coming into your life to love on you, right? You had to learn patience. Woo, that's a virtue. You had to be patient with people that wanted to attack you, seeing your life. They wanted to steal it. They wanted to kill it. They wanted to do only to realize that you were just a reflection of the love that they needed. They didn't even know they were this thirsty because their ego had them consumed. So you had to humble yourself, not to them, but just to the assignment. To source of all things is what you signed up for, right? So you went through great humility. You went through it. You said, whew, why am I here again? And you had to remember your contracts. This is not your first rodeo. This is not the first time that you've encountered these people. Be it good, bad, or indifferent. Be it family members, friends, lovers. You've encountered them before. This is why you have those deja vu moments letting you know, hey, psst, you've done this before. You got this. Just make a left this time. Don't make a right. 645 on the clock. 45 is the number. Death. I can't make it up. Did I not just say death? 4 plus 5 is 9. I love it when my higher self co-creates with source and the truth comes out. And then the cards fall. Clarify death. And then you got the Ace of Pentacles. Listen. Your ethereal understanding, understanding is so supreme being that it absolutely has nothing to do with ego. It has nothing to do with the title. It has nothing to do with you getting any form of praise and accolades. You are a master of self, and you understand that unless other people win, there's no way that you can be put in a position where you sit high in a high place by way of knowledge. Everybody wins. If you're winning, everybody around you has to win. If they're not wanting to win, then you have to walk away and you got to shake your feet, and your peace and your love shall return unto you, with the hopes that somebody's coming behind you to teach these people by way of what they signed up for, love. What does that look like? What is your idea of love? Look at you. Ace of Pentacles. You're coming as the gift. You're coming bearing gifts. You're coming not as a savior, but only to mirror back to people, showing themselves, hey, you got everything that you need on the inside of you. Once you show people that, this eliminates their inability to see who they need to be. This eliminates jealousy, envy, strife. You're saying, no, don't do that. What are you doing? Everything that you envy in me, everything that you think I am is really what you are. Let me mirror that back to you. Okay, so I understand that your idea of love is somebody who's kind and patient. So let me show you that. Let me exhibit that. It doesn't mean that I can't show you tough love with the Queen of Swords energy, because there does come a point where things expire by way of a cycle. So some of these people are going round and round on a merry-go-round, and there's other teachers coming in that are just like you. This is why you see people in relationships. And they're like, you really do remind me of somebody that I used to know. And so they're very nice to this person. They're very kind. I remember I met a guy that was like that one time. And I asked him, why are you being so nice to me? I'm like, I ain't had sex with you. I ain't did nothing for you. What is this? Why are you being so nice? He said that he met the angel of death one time, sitting in a jail cell. And he had done so many crazy things, just disrespecting his marriage. And he felt like, that life had given him another chance to finish out well. And he said he told the Most High God that if you just give me another chance to live, I'll be nice to everybody that I see. And he was really, really nice. I was like, why is he being so nice? And he told me, just let me be nice. He was a lot older than me at the time. I couldn't understand it by way of experience and wisdom. I hadn't made it to that level, of making a deal with life and karma and, bargaining. He told life, listen, if you give me more time, I'm gonna finish out good. And he did. And he was really nice. This man ended up buying me stuff for my son. And I was like, what are you doing? What do you want? Like, you gotta want something. Nobody doesn't want anything. He just wanted to finish out his life well, and he did, y'all. May the Most High forever be pleased. He started rough. He had a rough life. Whoo! He was doing all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to put his spiritual business out there. Let me just tell you, he finished out well, right? So these people, okay, that you've encountered, your spiritual contracts up until this point, and the ones that you still need to encounter are absolutely a reflection of you. You got the Seven of Wands in the reverse. Seven of Wands in the reverse is like letting your guard down. It also represents your connection to your higher self. It represents standing your ground. It represents laying down something, burdens. This is like attacks that have backfired, right? Because now these people have to understand that they were merely attacking versions of themselves. It was never really you. You just came with an understanding of what these people needed. You could tap into their psyches. You say, okay, I see you've been hurt, you've been wounded, even if you didn't voice that, right? You could feel it, you could see it. You came in, you felt it in your physical body. You're an empath, and you knew it. So you went about your work. You said, okay, you want me to make you something to eat? Are you hungry? So you fed somebody. Somebody even said to you, why are you being so nice to me? What is it that you want, right? They didn't understand that. They didn't realize that you were teaching them love by way of strength and power. It takes a lot to hold a space of love and light for somebody that keeps trying to destroy the light. So you stood in your power. The Most High gave you more power. And you watched stuff backfire on the people that was trying to hurt you. And that was even harder because that made your contract harder. You didn't want to see these people hurt. You came bearing love, bearing light, giving gifts, giving love. So to see their karma backfire on them when they thought they were really taking you out, they were merely taking out themselves. And then you had to leave. Three of Wands energy, round and round cycles, triggers, lessons. 4 or 5, death energy. And then you became the Empress. Everybody wants to become the Empress. Oof. Oof. Until you really understand what the Empress is, Lord, what's required of the Empress. Oh, okay. It's so intense. It's mothering energy. It's nature. It's everything. It's love. It's pain. It's transmuting. It's being, getting up, getting knocked down a couple of times only to get up twice as stronger, standing in your power, strong enough to hold a space of love and light for people. And then you sit back, Empress, and you say, well, wait a minute. I now need somebody to hold a space for me. Admitting that by way of love, and that's okay. Divine masculine energy. And then you realize, oh, I have the power to transmute energies. Okay. I got the power to heal. Okay. For every hurt person that you've encountered, they've merely taught you more about yourself and your abilities to transmute pain. That's all it's done. Look at you. Radiant energy. You've watched people try to attack that radiant energy. You've seen people try to steal it, kill it, destroy it, destiny swap with it. You like, what is going on here? Your destiny could have never been swapped out, even when people were under the illusion that it could have been. They only had to face versions of themselves in order to see that you were them and they were you. Okay. I don't know. It's the fool's energy. Taking a leap of faith, being loving and kind, even when it looks like you being a fool. Standing in good, standing with the universe, having a good report card, being of good character, even when people are like, you so nice. You're a goody two shoes. Whenever somebody says that, they want to test your spirit. They're going to test your patience. They're going to test you. They're going to be irritating. Their inner wounded child is going to come out. Okay. They want to see you sweat a little bit. Right. Okay. Even when you were in situations that you knew you should have walked away from, you realized that there was still something that you needed to learn. The Eight of Cups in the reverse is like the inability to walk away. Okay. This could be more family members, relationships, trying to hold a family dynamic together. For those of you that went through the wounded child syndrome, right? You trauma bonded, right? With people, lovers, friends. Yeah, Ten of Wands in the reverse. Then you realize to release these burdens that this is only something that you need to learn in order to be a better healer, a better alchemist. And so you did. You moved along. Even if walking on this journey by yourself is what you had to do, you did it. And guess what? You met people that were like you. You met other healers. You met your soul tribe. Look at your inner child. Having a conversation with your inner child. The Page of Pentacles. Remembering the gift. Remembering why you started. Remember how innocent it was when you were a child? Yeah, how you just make your wishes and they come true. So you started collaborating with Source. Page of Pentacles. Nine of Cups energy. I can't make it up. Three of Pentacles, healthy collaborations, working well with nature, working well with yourself, your inner child, your higher self, your middle self, every version of yourself. Enjoying the death. It's 6:54 on the clock. 5 and 4 and 4 and 5 are real significant. 2025 equals 9. 9 represents scorpionic energy, death. It is the serpent chasing its tail in a circle. That is what the number 9 represents. Some of you could be life path number 9. This could be your last time being here. Clarify. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun if this was your last time? Or maybe you're just going to keep spinning the block, to see what you can see, to see what you can do. It's a tower. Realization of what it is that you've come to do. You're just passing through. Nobody's going to make it out alive. Death spells, okay? So you got a lot of people that wanted you dead. They wanted you unalive. You came out as the wounded warrior and you rose from the ashes like the phoenix that you are. You are a healer. You are a master alchemist. And had you not been faced with these adversities, you would not have known just how much you've changed, just how much you've ascended, just how much. You know how sometimes you come up on a situation and you like, dang, I've really changed. I remember y'all. There was this girl and she was really doing her best to provoke me. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. It's 6:55 on the clock. I had a conversation like privately to myself and I laughed and I said, wow, I've come so far. I used to feel the need to offer an explanation, right? Not realizing I was giving my power away. But I feel like offering an explanation to random people based on arguments or whatever it is. I feel like I was so empathic, so sympathetic that I felt the need to have conversations with people that didn't understand who I was. This is a long time ago. I'm so glad that I was her. I'm so glad that she existed. But she's not here anymore. But I needed to be her in order to be who I am right now, right? And I remember this chick and she was like arguing and saying stuff to me. And I laughed behind the scenes. I never responded. I was real slow to my response. And then I decided not to respond. I responded within, right? And I let that energy go out into the ethers. But I said, man, I've come a long way. Like, I had to laugh because whoever can anger you controls you. This is why you have so many people trolling and tagging you in videos and I'm so mad at you and all this weird stuff. It's merely an illusion. They're not even angry with you. They're angry with who they want to be and they can't be, and who they have in their mind's eye they are. They're finding it difficult to get to that point. And for whatever reason, you make it easy. These people are not angry with you. They're angry with versions of themselves that they still need to master. Has nothing to do with you. The moment I decided to not take things personal, whoo, child, I feel like I saved my own life. I'm gonna be honest. All this betrayal and stuff, gossip, slander, she did this, she said. Once I realized, I was like, okay. It made the job easier. I said, okay. Whew. And then I had to admit, I signed up for this. Okay, what was I attempting to accomplish out of this betrayal, out of these love situations? What was it that I was trying to accomplish? And so I posed the question to myself, and I made myself give myself an answer by way of understanding. And when I didn't have an answer to some of these questions, I surrendered it, and I waited for the universe to help me with it. The answer always shows up. Whether you admit it or not, it's going to come in the form of a person, a place, a thing, a bird, a dog, a spirit animal, a number on the clock, whatever it is, tick-tock. You are in alignment. You cannot mess this up. Even your good mistakes are good mistakes. Perfect imperfections, I just heard. Listen, okay? Healers. 4 Wands, look at you, standing in your power. Aries energy represents the crown. Listen, star energy. The helmet of salvation. The 4 Wands also represents this idea of the twin flame energy. Let me tell you something, how I feel about the twin flame with the lovers and the twin flame energy. I feel like the twin flame energy represents masculine and feminine energy being mastered within yourself. Period. This love that people were seeking more than they were seeking love for themselves, it's something that, you know, they have to admit is something inert. It's something within, you know. Oh, I'm waiting for my divine masculine. Well, first you must master your divine masculine within yourself, feminines. Oh, my divine feminine is on her way. Well, masculines, have you mastered the feminine nature within yourself? Are your twin energies balanced? You got a whole bunch of warlocks trying to bind your femininity and do all kinds of stuff outside of themselves. This big outer standing, you know, reality, which was an illusion, instead of going within. Binding themselves to you was only binding them to a version of themselves that they refuse to let go of. Controlling, dominant energy. You can't make nobody be with you. You can't change nobody. Least you hold yourself accountable and change yourself. And then everything around you has to be in order. You got people that'll walk up to you and they will respect you and they won't even know why. That's okay, because your understanding is absolutely being illuminated outside of you. Somebody's like, I don't know why I feel like I gotta be nice to you. Okay? Well, as long as you are, it's okay. King of Pentacles energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, grounded energy, responsible energy, you know, relatable energy, real energy. Whenever I think of earth sign energy, I think of real, high vibrational, real energy, grounded, Gaia, you know, remembering what you're here to do. This also represents worldly possessions, work ethics, Virgo energy, Taurus energy, wealth, possessions, stick-to-itiveness. Okay, purging of Gaia energy, purging of Mother Earth. Yeah, in order to heal, you got to stay grounded. In order to be a healer, you got to stay grounded. So how else is it that we know how to heal? Least we've had to heal ourselves. There's a lot of times when we had to be isolated, y'all, in hermit energy, and when nobody there to help you heal, you like, damn, you had to tap into some powers within yourself you didn't even know existed. Had you not encountered this betrayal that you signed up for, because you held up your end of the contract and the bargain, and you had to move along. Had you not encountered that, you would not have known your capacity to hold a space of love and light for people that couldn't even imagine holding that love and light for you. And that's okay. Contract satisfied, got to keep going 45, death cycle. I feel like I'm talking to people that do not plan to come back again. You're not going to spin the block. You're just going to sit in the heavens. Yeah, look. Page of Wands in the reverse, okay? Also, you encountered wounded children. You encountered people who have not been here as many times as you. So a lot of wounded children, a lot of adults. I'm a grown man, I'm a grown woman, but really you're talking to the 7-year-old version of themselves that's hurt by their mother and their father and what their cousin did. And right, okay, you sitting there looking, you got all this wisdom. And guess what happens when you decide to see into the hearts of people who are not ready to see themselves? They then attack you. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know nothing. They attack you. They attack the love. Well, why you don't leave me then? Abandonment, trauma, pain. Then they do everything to make it happen. A tower. And then you walk away. Because the universe is saying, hey, listen, I know you really want to help this person, but who's going to help you? You got a whole bunch more assignments to embark on. So this is the reality of the healer. Yeah, listen, you got to walk alone sometimes. But you know, the beautiful part now is that we're meeting more healers. Let me tell y'all what happened. I went into a pet store. I went into a pet store, right? And so I'm standing there. I'm looking at, you know, the chameleon, the bearded dragons, the what was I looking at? Guinea pigs. I was looking at all kinds of animals. I just love animals, y'all. I grew up with a lot of animals. I don't know if I told y'all that, but y'all, we grew up with a whole bunch of animals. I had like over 100 finches. We had a fox. Okay, his name was San Gabriel. Long story. I'll tell y'all about that another day. We found them in the wild, okay? But my family was like the animal whisperer. Animals just, you know, we had a Great Dane. Her name was Tomorrow, and I had a cat named November. It was so funny. You know, we just had a whole bunch. I had a hamster. I had a parakeet. Child, the hamster's name was Sniffles and Snuggles. And I had a parakeet. And guess what the name of the parakeet was? I can't make this up. Lucifer. I know. A whole nother story about my childhood, y'all. A whole nother dynamic. I'll save it for another time. The moral of the story is I was in a pet store. I grew up with a whole bunch of pets. Animals come to me all the time. I just had a baby deer, which is called a what? A doe, in my yard last night. I pulled up and an armadillo was digging holes in my yard. I said, oh, look at this. That's so great. The gardener's going to love it. So listen, I was in the pet store. All the people around me were Pisces. I cracked up. I was like, this is hilarious. They were so nice, so sweet, but very blunt energies, right? So I always look in the presence of God and I'm like, what is this showing me? What is this reflecting back to me? They all just had a birthday. They're like, oh, she just had a birthday. She just had a birthday. We're here with the animals. We rescue animals. We don't want the animals outside. They were so amazing. So we're playing with the dogs and the cats and all the animals. And we're just having a good time, right? In the middle of the pet store. Needless to say, they were all Pisces. I thought that was so funny. They were amazing. I ended up getting everybody's number. Okay, one of them checked on me last night and she's just like, oh, we hope you come back and get a pet. I was like, it was such a good time. I stayed there the whole afternoon and they were amazing. But I laughed that they were all Pisces. And they were all so giddy in the middle of retrograde, child. They was just as happy. They playing with the animals, all of this. I'm just laughing. She's like, well, her birthday was on the 19th. Her birthday is today. Her birthday was last week. Her birthday was 3 days ago. I was like, oh my God. And all of you are best friends. It was amazing. So I just felt like the universe was having a little joke with me. You know, Piscean energy. Piscean energy is so beautiful, so radiant. I never met a Pisces that did not teach me a really good lesson about love, patience, empathy. All the Pisces that I've encountered, whenever we go out, like my best friend was a Pisces, God rest her soul, wherever she is, you know. And when I mean rest her soul, I don't know whatever happened to her. I just felt her energy leave me, and I'm okay with that, okay? But whenever we would go out, she always touched everything, everything. If we were looking at rings, she needed to touch it. And I'm like, why do you do that? She's like, because I can feel it. And I would watch her manifest it. She would touch it, see it, feel it. She needed to touch everything. And I realized, oh, she's picking up on the energy. Looking back in hindsight, she was teaching me about healing capabilities. Now, the way I did my healing work was completely different from hers. I was mirroring back to her certain ways by way of psychic abilities. She would show me a picture. I was doing readings at like 19 years old. I was like, he don't want to be with her. Who is this in the picture? I could just see it. She showed me a picture. I'm like, She told me one time, she was like, somebody go kick your ass one day. I was like, why? She was like, because you just blunt. I'm like, I'm just telling the truth. I just see what I see. Well, now I'm a little bit more reserved, you know, tapping into people's energy and seeing everything. You know, it's not fun to be naked in the presence of an empath. That's not easy. So I always respectfully ask people. If they're asking me something, I say, do you want to know what I think? I ask permission. I don't assume anymore. Back then, I was young with my gift. I would read somebody like a prayer book, and I was really slow to it, which would really catch people off guard. And so, yeah, needless to say, they all were Pisces. So shout out to all the Pisces as we go into Aries energy with this fire, beautiful healing Piscean energy. Y'all are so radiant in your high frequency, you know, beautiful, emotional, empathetic, sympathetic, divinely not weak. Do not confuse kindness with weakness when it comes to a high vibrational Piscean energy, okay? So let us all tap into that energy. If you're a fire sign, tap into your Piscean energy. If you're a Capricorn, tap into your Piscean energy, okay? Leave the charts over there. Oh, well, I have this in my chart. I have this in my chart. Because then you strategically force yourself to feel Piscean energy only at certain times. No, if you're in Piscean season, be as the Pisceans. If you're in Aries season, tap into the Aries energy. This is what the alchemist does, right? So I'm only confirming what it is that you already know. I love you. I'm merely a reflection of you. That's it. I love you. Drop a heart down below for self-love. I got to get me something to eat. I'm hungry now, y'all. I feel like I worked up an appetite. I'll see you in the next video. I love you. I do. Until then, peace be with you.